Good evening, my dear friends. Tonight I'm going to teach you something that will completely transform how you approach manifestation. Most people treat their desires like destinations on a map. They see themselves here, and their wish fulfilled over there, and they spend all their energy trying to close that gap. But I'm going to show you tonight that there is no gap to close. There is no distance to travel. There is no journey to make. There is only an assumption to occupy. And once you occupy it, you must walk in it. Not visit it for 20 minutes during meditation. Not think about it occasionally throughout your day. Walk in it, live in it, move through your entire life from within that assumption. This continuous occupation of your desired state is what separates those who manifest from those who struggle. They walk in the assumption. They don't just visit it. When you walk somewhere, you don't stand still and think about walking. You don't visualize your legs moving. You don't affirm, I am walking. You just walk. You inhabit the action completely. It's natural, automatic, something you do without conscious effort or constant self-monitoring. You don't wake up each morning convincing yourself you can walk. You simply walk when you need to walk, and you don't question it. This is how you must relate to your assumption. When I say walk in the assumption, I mean inhabit it so completely, so naturally, so automatically, that you stop thinking about whether you're doing it right. You're not trying to walk in it. You're not practicing walking in it. You're just walking in it, naturally, effortlessly, as your new normal. Here's where most people fail. They create an assumption, let's say wealth. They might even feel wealthy during meditation. But then they finish their practice and immediately return to walking in poverty consciousness. They check their bank account with anxiety. They make decisions from scarcity. They worry about bills. They think thoughts of lack all day long. And then at night they meditate on wealth for 20 minutes. They're visiting the assumption of wealth. But they're walking in the assumption of poverty. And it's the assumption you walk in, the one you inhabit all day long. The one that shapes your thoughts, feelings, decisions, and actions, that creates your reality, not the one you visit during spiritual practice. You can't walk in poverty for 23 hours and walk in wealth for 1 hour and expect to manifest wealth, because consciousness creates reality based on where you actually live, not where you occasionally visit. You must walk in your desired assumption all day, every day, until it becomes your natural state. Let me give you specific examples. If you're walking in the assumption of wealth, when you wake up, your first thoughts aren't about money problems. You think from abundance. When you check your bank account, you don't do it with anxiety. You look calmly, knowing the number is temporary. When you make purchases, you decide from a mentality of having plenty, even if the account doesn't reflect it yet. When bills arrive, you handle them practically while maintaining that money flows to you easily. When opportunities appear, you accept them naturally, expecting good things. You walk through your entire day thinking, feeling, deciding, and acting from the consciousness of wealth. If you're walking in the assumption of being loved, you don't wake up feeling lonely. You feel cherished from the moment you open your eyes. You don't analyze interactions, looking for proof. You move through the world knowing you're valued. You don't tolerate disrespect. You naturally expect to be treated well. You don't seek validation. You're already validated by the love you know you have. You walk through your day from the consciousness of being deeply, completely loved. Do you see the difference between this and just thinking about being loved for a few minutes before bed? Walking in the assumption means it becomes your operating system, not an app you open occasionally. Here's what most people don't understand. Walking in the assumption is a decision, not a feeling you wait for. You don't wait until you feel wealthy to walk in the assumption of wealth. You decide to walk in it, and the feeling follows. The assumption comes first. The feeling comes second. The manifestation comes third. Most people reverse this. They think, when I feel wealthy, I'll walk in wealth consciousness. But you'll never feel it if you're not walking in it. Feelings follow assumptions, not the other way around. So you make a decision, today I walk in the assumption of wealth. Regardless of what my bank account shows, Regardless of how I currently feel, regardless of what circumstances suggest, I walk in wealth. And then you do it. You make every thought, every feeling, every decision, every action come from that place. You walk in the assumption by choosing it, moment by moment, until it becomes automatic. At first, walking in a new assumption will feel unnatural. You'll wobble, you'll forget, you'll slip back, you'll wake up worrying about money. Then remember, wait, I'm walking in wealth now. You'll catch yourself making a decision from scarcity. Then correct, no, that's not where I walk anymore. This is normal. This is how you learn to walk in a new assumption. At first, it requires conscious effort. You have to remind yourself constantly. You have to correct yourself frequently. But if you persist, if you keep choosing the assumption, keep redirecting to it, keep walking in it despite the wobbles, it becomes easier, more natural, more automatic. Eventually you stop thinking about it. You just naturally think, feel, and act from that assumption because you've walked in it so consistently that it's become who you are. So how to walk throughout your day? Morning. The moment you wake up, before checking the news or thinking about problems, occupy your assumption. If you're assuming wealth, feel financially secure. Let that be your first conscious experience of the day. Spend the first few minutes walking in your assumption before the world can pull you into your old state. Throughout the day, do this. Every moment is a choice. Every thought is an opportunity to walk in your desired state. Set reminders if needed. Every hour, am I walking in my assumption right now, or have I slipped back? When you notice you've slipped, don't judge yourself. Just return. Choose again. Walk in the assumption again. In the evening. Before bed, review your day, not based on external events, but on how well you maintained your assumption. Did you walk in wealth today, or in poverty? Then, as you drift to sleep, return to your assumption one more time. Feel it. Let it be the last state you occupy before sleep. You're training yourself to walk in this assumption so consistently that it becomes your permanent state. When you truly walk in an assumption, your thoughts automatically align with it. Your feelings naturally match it. Your decisions reflect it. Your actions express it. When you walk in an assumption, your entire being organizes itself around that assumption. And when your entire being reflects your assumption, the three-dimensional world must reorganize itself to match. The external world always shows you the assumption you're walking in. If you don't like what you see, don't try to change the external world directly. Change the assumption you're walking in. Start walking in wealth instead of poverty. Start walking in love instead of loneliness. Start walking in success instead of struggle. And watch as the external world shifts to reflect your new state. Here's the most challenging part. You must walk in your assumption even when the external evidence contradicts it. You start walking in wealth, and then the bill arrives. The bank account stays the same. Your mind screams, see, this isn't working. Look at the evidence. But the external evidence is always showing you your past assumption, not your current one. What you see in the three-dimensional world is the materialization of the assumption you were walking in days, weeks, or months ago. During the interval between assumption and manifestation, you must continue walking in the new assumption despite the old evidence. You acknowledge reality practically, you pay the bill, you handle the situation. But internally, you remain walking in your new state. This is old information. This is the past made visible. But I'm walking in a new assumption now, and this new assumption is creating a new reality, and you keep walking in it. Understand this clearly. You don't wait for proof before you walk in the assumption. You walk in the assumption, and then the proof appears. Most people think, show me the money, and then I'll walk in wealth consciousness. But consciousness doesn't work that way. You must walk in wealth consciousness first. Occupy that state. Live from it. Make it your natural way of being. And then after you've walked in it consistently, faithfully, persistently, the external money must appear. The proof doesn't create the state. The state creates the proof. First the assumption, then the walking, then the manifestation. This is always the order. Always. Tonight, make a decision. Choose one assumption. Just one. The most important one to you right now. Wealth, love, health, success. Whatever matters most. And decide starting tomorrow morning, I walk in this assumption. Not I'll try. Not I'll walk in it when I feel like it. I walk in it, period. Tomorrow morning, before anything else, occupy that assumption. Feel it. Experience it. Throughout your day, keep choosing it. Keep returning to it. Keep walking in it. When you wobble, return. When you forget, remember. When you slip, choose again. Walk in that assumption for 7 days straight. Not perfectly, but persistently. And at the end of 7 days, notice what's different. Because when you truly walk in an assumption, when you make it your lived experience rather than your occasional practice, everything changes. If you walk in your assumption faithfully, consistently, persistently, if you make it your natural state rather than a state you visit, it must manifest. Consciousness creates reality. The assumption you walk in is your consciousness made visible. Walk in poverty, create poverty. Walk in wealth, create wealth. The choice is yours, but once you choose it, you must walk in it. Choose your assumption. Occupy it. Live from it. Think from it. Feel from it. Act from it. Walk in it. And watch as your entire world transforms to match the state you've chosen to inhabit. Thank you for being here tonight. Remember, you're not trying to get somewhere. You're already there in assumption. Now walk in it. This is Best of Lectures. I will see you in the next video. Good evening, friends. Tonight, I want to talk about something that almost every student of the law struggles with. That space between wanting something and having it. That gap that feels so real, so solid, so impossible to cross. You know what you want. You've been visualizing. You've been affirming. You've been living in the end, at least trying to. And yet, here you are, still on this side, looking across at the life you desire, wondering when it's finally going to happen. If that's where you are right now, take a breath, because what I'm about to share will change how you see this entire journey. Let me start by explaining why this gap feels so impossibly real. When you assume your desire is fulfilled, when you imagine it, feel it, believe it, and then open your eyes to unchanged circumstances, the gap appears. Your bank account looks the same. Your relationship status hasn't changed. Your job is still the same, and your senses confirm it over and over. See? Nothing's changed. It's not working. Here's what you need to understand. What you're seeing right now is the result of your past assumptions. What you assumed weeks, months, or even years ago is what's showing up now. The new assumption you made today. That seed hasn't sprouted yet in your visible world, so the gap isn't between you and your desire. The gap is between your old assumption still playing out and your new assumption taking root. Your old consciousness is still creating while your new consciousness is germinating beneath the surface. This is why it feels so real, because in your current experience it is real. But it's not permanent. It's just old news. Now here's where everything shifts. Most people think they're building a bridge. They think each visualization, each affirmation, each technique is adding a plank to this bridge they're constructing between where they are and where they want to be. And they exhaust themselves trying to build it strong enough, perfect enough, good enough to finally cross. But here's the truth. You're not building a bridge. You are the bridge. Your consciousness is the only connection between any desire and its fulfillment. You're not constructing something external that will carry you across. You're simply shifting from one state of consciousness to another. Think about it like this. When you move from one room to another in your house, you don't build a bridge. You just walk. You are the movement. Your awareness connects the two rooms. Same here. You're not building something to carry you from lack to abundance, from loneliness to love, from limitation to freedom. You're shifting your consciousness from one state to another. And in consciousness, that shift is instantaneous. The bridge appears the moment you truly assume you're already on the other side. So if you're not building a bridge, what are you doing during this time between assumption and manifestation? What's happening in this space? that feels so empty and frustrating. You're becoming, not gradually transforming over time, but allowing your new assumption to sink deeper into consciousness until it becomes your natural state, your default identity, your automatic way of being. Most people assume beautifully for 5 minutes during visualization. They feel it during meditation. They live in the end during practice. Then they open their eyes and immediately return to the old state. They check their account from lack. They look at their empty bed from loneliness. They face their day from limitation. They're visiting the new state like a tourist, then going home to the old state where they actually live. The gap closes when you stop visiting and start living there. When the new state becomes home, when it's so natural you forget you ever lived anywhere else. That's what's happening during the wait. Every time you return to the assumption, every time you revise a negative thought, every time you catch yourself slipping and consciously choose the new identity, you're deepening the groove. You're making it more natural. You're becoming that person. Let me address the hardest part, the dead zone. That middle space where everything goes quiet. The signs stop. The synchronicities dry up. Nothing moves. Nothing changes. You're still assuming. You're still doing the work. But it feels like you're stuck. This is where most people give up, right before the breakthrough. Here's what's actually happening. This is the incubation period. Your assumption is sinking into the deepest levels of consciousness. Old patterns are being uprooted. The invisible work is happening in dimensions you can't perceive yet. It's like a seed underground. For days, weeks, nothing appears above the surface. But beneath the soil, everything is happening. Roots are forming. The plant is gathering strength to break through. The dead zone isn't evidence of failure. It's evidence that the most important work is happening beneath the surface. Nothing is happening in your visible world because everything is happening in consciousness. Your job isn't to dig up the seed to check on it. Your job is to keep watering it, maintain the right conditions, and trust the process. What are the right conditions? Living from the end, being the person who has it, maintaining your assumption despite the silence. Let me give you practical guidance. For when doubt crashes in, when circumstances contradict, when it feels like nothing's working, first understand what you're releasing. Not your desire, not your assumption, not your faith. You're releasing 3 things. You're releasing control over how it manifests. Stop dictating the path. Let consciousness find the perfect way. I have my desire in consciousness. I don't need to know how it comes. You're releasing control over when it manifests. Stop counting days. Stop comparing timelines. I have it now in consciousness. It will appear at the perfect time. You're releasing the need for immediate proof. Stop checking. Stop monitoring. I have it in consciousness. That's the only proof I need. Second, live from fulfillment, not toward it. Make decisions as the person who already has your desire. Think from the state of having, not about the state of having. When something contradicts your assumption, revise it immediately before it can take root. Before sleep, saturate your mind with your desire. Choose a simple scene that implies it's fulfilled. Loop it as you drift off. Make it the last thing you impress on your subconscious. Third, when the bridge feels shaky, when doubt appears, don't fight it. Acknowledge it without identifying with it. There's doubt, and I still have my desire. Then return to your assumption. Every time. When contradictory evidence appears, see it as the past playing out. Old seeds harvesting. Your new assumption hasn't reached the screen yet. Be patient. Hold your state. Here's what will set you free. The gap isn't real. I know how solid it feels. I know how the space between your desire and its fulfillment seems like an actual distance you must travel. But it's not. The gap is an illusion, created by your belief in separation. In consciousness, there is no gap. The moment you assume something, it's done. The seed is planted. The harvest is inevitable. You only experience a gap because you're partially living in the old consciousness while trying to assume the new one. 1 foot in lack, 1 foot in abundance. When you fully commit to the new state, When you completely occupy the consciousness of having, the gap collapses. Not because you built a bridge across it, but because you stopped believing it was there. You're not moving from here to there. You're shifting awareness from one state to another. And that shift is instantaneous when you truly make it. The bridge isn't something you build over time. The bridge is you, your consciousness connecting two states, your awareness choosing which reality to occupy. Tonight, I want you to try something different. Stop trying to cross the gap. Stop trying to build the bridge. Stop trying to get from where you are to where you want to be. Just assume you're already there, not as a 10-minute technique, but as a truth you accept completely. Close your eyes and feel. Who am I in the state of having my desire? Not who will I be. Who am I right now where I already have it? Feel that person. Not excited emotions about having it, but the quiet, natural sense of being that person. The calm certainty, the peaceful knowing, the settled identity of someone to whom this naturally belongs. From that consciousness, fall asleep. Don't fall asleep trying to get your desire. Fall asleep being the person who has it. Tomorrow, wake up as that person. Before checking the news, before old patterns return, choose the state again. Be that person again. Do this not as technique but as identity, until being that person is more natural than who you used to be. Your desire exists because its fulfillment already exists within you. Desire isn't you reaching into the void hoping to grab something. Desire is fulfillment knocking on your door, asking to be let into your world. The gap is just the interval between recognizing what's already yours in consciousness and seeing it reflected in form. And that interval is as long or short as it takes for you to fully embody the state of having. You don't need to build anything. You don't need to earn anything. You simply need to be it. Stop trying to cross the gap. Stop believing in the gap. Recognize instead, I am the bridge between any desire and its fulfillment. My consciousness is the only connection needed. When I fully occupy the state of having, when I completely embody fulfillment, when I'm that person so naturally I forget I was ever anyone else, the gap collapses. The desire manifests, not because I built something external, but because I became internally what I desired externally. The gap is closing, not because you're crossing it, but because you're understanding there was never anything to cross. You are the bridge. You are the connection. You are the fulfillment. Now go live from that truth. Thank you and good evening. As always, thank you for joining me on this journey into the depths of consciousness. Remember, you are not here by accident. You are here because your soul is ready for this truth. Take these teachings and let them transform not just your mind, but your entire reality. Until we meet again in consciousness, keep assuming your greatness and living from the end of your desires. This is Best of Lectures, and I will see you in the next video.
You see, the quantum field, the unified field of all possibilities, doesn't respond to what we want. It responds to who we are being. If I am wanting, longing, chasing something, I am reinforcing to the quantum field that I lack it. I am broadcasting a signal of separation rather than connection. But when I become silent, when I go inward and truly embody the state of already having the thing I desire, I am aligning myself with the reality where that future already exists. And this is not just some mystical concept. This is neuroscience. This is quantum physics. Let's break it down. If I am wanting, longing, chasing something, I am reinforcing to the quantum field that I lack it. I am broadcasting a signal of separation rather than connection. But when I become silent, when I go inward and truly embody the state of already having the thing I desire, I am aligning myself with the reality where that future already exists. And this is not just some mystical concept. This is neuroscience. This is quantum physics. Let's break it down. In order to access the quantum field, I must enter the realm of nobody, no one, no thing, nowhere, no time. That means I must go beyond my identity, beyond my ego, beyond my environment. I must enter the present moment completely. and silence is the doorway. Most people are caught in the noise of their external world. Their five senses tell them that their current reality is their only reality. But if I define my reality by what I perceive, I am enslaved by the past, because everything I experience through my senses has already happened. So what do? I withdraw my attention from the external world. I close my eyes, I slow my breath, I become nobody, nowhere, in no time. And in that deep silence, I step into pure consciousness. This is the place where all possibilities exist. This is the quantum field. Now, why is acting as if so powerful? Because my brain and body do not know the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. If I can teach my body emotionally what my future feels like before it happens, I am literally conditioning my biology into that new state of being. When I sustain that state of being, I am no longer waiting for something outside of me to change in order to feel joy, love, abundance. I have already become the thing I seek. And here's the secret. When I no longer feel like I need it, when I no longer feel separate from it, that is the moment it finds me. Most people live in a linear model of reality. They think, if I work hard enough, if I put in enough time, then maybe in 5 years I'll achieve my goal. But the quantum model of reality is different. The moment I become energetically aligned with the future I desire, I collapse time. That future is drawn to me because I'm the vibrational match to it. Think of it like a radio station. If I want to listen to 95.7 FM, I don't keep my dial on 88.3 FM and hope it changes. I must tune myself to the frequency of the station I want to receive. And the way I tune in, I feel as if I already have it. I wake up with gratitude as if my future is happening now. Here's the paradox. The more I chase, the more I push it away. The more I try to control, the more I signal to the field that I am separate from my desire. But when I enter the deep silence of the quantum field, when I surrender, when I let go of the how and when, I allow the infinite intelligence of the field to orchestrate my life in ways my limited mind could never conceive. I stop analyzing. I stop second-guessing. I stop needing. And instead, I trust. And when I trust, when I fully let go, I make space for the unknown to find me. And that's when the miracles begin. Most people don't understand the mechanics of creation. They share their visions with others, friends, family, colleagues, seeking validation, approval, or reassurance. But the moment they do that, they leak energy. They dissipate the very power that is meant to birth that vision into reality. Why? Because manifestation is a delicate internal process that requires a coherent energy field. It requires an unshakable knowing within you, independent of outside influences. Let's break this down scientifically, energetically, and practically. Your attention is like a laser beam. Wherever you direct it, you are feeding that thing with your energy. Imagine you have a flashlight in a dark room. Whatever you shine the beam on becomes illuminated. It becomes real to you. Now think of your thoughts as that flashlight. If you constantly think about problems, limitations, fears, or doubts, you are shining your light on them, making them more real in your personal reality. But if you shift your attention to possibilities, abundance, joy, and your future vision, you begin feeding that reality with energy instead. Where is your flashlight pointed? Your brain is a pattern recognition machine. It constantly filters out unnecessary information and highlights what aligns with your dominant focus. Think about when you buy a new car. Before you owned it, you rarely noticed that model on the road. But now you see it everywhere. Why? Because your attention has tuned your brain to recognize it. This is called the reticular activating system, a network in your brainstem that acts like a filter, letting in only what aligns with your focus. Now let's apply this to manifestation. If your attention is constantly on lack, your brain finds more evidence of lack. If your attention is on opportunities, your brain finds more opportunities. If your attention is on gratitude, your brain finds more to be grateful for. This is why energy follows attention. Your reality is shaped by what you repeatedly focus on. In quantum physics, there is something called the observer effect. Scientists have found that subatomic particles exist in a state of pure potential, waves of probability, until they are observed. The moment attention is placed on them, they collapse into physical form. What does this mean? It means your attention literally influences reality at a fundamental level. When you focus on your vision with full emotional intent and certainty, you are interacting with the quantum field and pulling that potential into form. But if you split your focus, one day believing, the next day doubting, you are sending mixed signals to the field and your manifestation remains in a wave state, never fully materializing. You must lock your attention onto your future as if it is already done. How to become the version of you that already has what you desire? Close your eyes and imagine yourself in the future where your desire is already fulfilled. Feel it deeply. What does your body feel like? What do your surroundings look like? How do people respond to you? The more real you can make this, the more your body believes it. The key is to feel the gratitude, love, joy, or abundance as if it's already happening. Emotions are the energetic charge that magnetizes your future to you. If you were already abundant, how would you act? If you were already in love, how would you show up in the world? If you were already successful, how would you carry yourself? Move in silence and let your energy do the talking. When you feel the urge to prove or explain, remind yourself, I don't need to convince anyone. I already am. You don't allow their fears, their conditioning, their subconscious programming to infiltrate your field. You maintain control over your state of mind. You stay in a flow state where you are aligned with your vision, free from external noise. And then when your manifestation materializes, when your results speak for themselves, that's when people notice. Because true power doesn't announce itself, it simply is. The highest level of manifestation is not about talking your vision into existence. It's about being the vision before it happens. So here's my challenge to you. Instead of telling people what you're going to do, silently become the person who has already done it. Instead of seeking validation, validate yourself. Instead of looking for reassurance, live in the knowing that your future is already real. And when you do this, when you truly embody your vision, you won't need to say a word because the universe will say it for you. Now that you understand the deep, powerful principles of manifestation, how energy flows where attention goes, and how the quantum field responds to who you are, not just what you say, it's time to take this knowledge and make it real in your life. Remember, you are not a passive observer in your own story. You are the creator. The energy you radiate, the thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, all of these are shaping your reality in ways you may not even fully understand yet. But they are working, always working, to bring you closer to the life you dream of. The key is in becoming the person who has already realized that dream. It's in aligning your inner world with your outer reality before the world even reflects it back to you. You don't need to beg the universe for what you want. You don't need to wait for some future moment to feel joy, abundance, or success. You have the power right now to embody the feelings of your future self and draw that reality to you. And when you become that person, when you live from that state of knowing, it's only a matter of time before the universe aligns everything to match your energy. So I want you to leave here with this. You are the creator of your life. No dream is too big, no vision too bold. The moment you stop waiting for the outside world to change and start changing your inner world, everything will begin to shift around you. You are worthy of the life you desire. You are capable of manifesting more than you ever thought possible. And the journey starts now with the power of your mind, your energy, and your unwavering belief in yourself. Keep your focus clear, keep your heart open, and keep your energy aligned with your highest vision. The world is waiting for you to show up and create something extraordinary.
Picture this. There's a lottery winner sitting in their mansion right now, surrounded by luxury cars and designer furniture, feeling empty and terrified that it will all disappear. 3 blocks away, a janitor earning $30,000 a year is whistling while he works, mentally designing the business empire he's building $1 at a time, radiating an energy that attracts investors and opportunities wherever he goes. One of them has millions but no money frequency. The other has the money frequency but no millions yet. Guess which one will be financially free for life? If your answer surprised you, you're about to discover the most profound secret about money ever revealed. In this video, we're going to completely revolutionize your relationship with wealth. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract money, while others struggle despite working twice as hard? Why lottery winners often end up broke again, but certain entrepreneurs can lose everything and rebuild their fortune in record time? The answer isn't what you think, and everything you've been taught about money is backwards. Today we're exposing the greatest lie about wealth that's been passed down for generations, and I'm going to show you the one principle that has created every fortune in history, though few have understood how it actually works. If you've been trying to build wealth, chances are you've tried everything. You've read the business books, followed the investment strategies, worked longer hours, hustled harder, and perhaps even tried various manifestation techniques that promised wealth but delivered disappointment. You may be frustrated, wondering why others seem to effortlessly attract money while you struggle despite your best efforts. Here's the truth that will change everything. You've been approaching wealth creation completely backwards. From childhood, we're programmed with a fundamental lie about money. We're told that wealth comes from hard work, education, connections, luck, or being in the right place at the right time. While these external factors certainly play a role, they are not the source of wealth. They are merely the channels through which wealth flows. This is the great deception, believing that money exists out there in the world, separate from you, waiting to be earned, found, or attracted through external manipulation. Consider this. Why do some people with minimal education become millionaires, while others with advanced degrees struggle financially? Why do some individuals repeatedly create wealth even after losing everything, while others can't seem to break through their income ceiling despite years of effort? Why do lottery winners often end up broke again within a few years? The answer lies in understanding a principle that the wealthy have always known, either consciously or unconsciously. Wealth is an inside job. Traditional wealth-building advice focuses entirely on external strategies. Work harder and longer. Get more education or skills. Network with the right people. Invest in the right opportunities. Cut expenses and save more. Start a business or side hustle. While these actions can be valuable, they're treating the symptoms rather than the cause. They're attempting to change your financial reality from the outside in, which is like trying to change your reflection by manipulating the mirror. This approach keeps millions of people trapped in a cycle of financial struggle because it ignores the fundamental truth about how reality is actually created. Here's what changes everything. Your consciousness, your deep-seated beliefs, assumptions, and inner convictions about money is the actual source of your wealth. Consciousness doesn't just influence your financial results. It creates them. Every dollar you've ever earned, every opportunity that has come your way, every financial setback you've experienced, all of it originated in consciousness first, then materialized in your external world. This isn't metaphysical mumbo-jumbo or wishful thinking. This is how reality operates. And understanding this principle is what separates those who create lasting wealth from those who perpetually struggle with money. Think of consciousness as a broadcasting station. Whatever beliefs, assumptions, and inner convictions you hold about money are constantly being broadcast out into the world. The external world, including your bank account, then rearranges itself to match that broadcast. This is what we call your money frequency. If your deep down assumption is money is hard to come by, reality will consistently present you with experiences that confirm this belief. You'll find yourself working harder for less, missing opportunities,
or encountering unexpected expenses that drain your resources. Conversely, if your fundamental assumption is money flows to me easily and abundantly, reality will orchestrate circumstances, opportunities, and encounters that make this true in your experience. This is why two people can take identical business courses or follow the same investment strategy and get completely different results. The external strategy is not the determining factor. The money frequency behind it is. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to succeed with any strategy they try, while others fail despite having better plans, more resources, or superior skills? This isn't coincidence. It's their money frequency at work. Traditional wealth-building strategies fail for most people because they're trying to override their money frequency through force and effort. It's like pressing the accelerator while the parking brake is still engaged. You might make some progress, but you'll never reach your full potential, and the journey will be unnecessarily difficult. When your actions are in conflict with your deep assumptions about money, one of two things happens. Number one, sabotage. You'll unconsciously sabotage your efforts through procrastination, poor decisions, or self-defeating behaviors. Number two, temporary success. You might achieve some success through sheer force of will, but it won't be sustainable. You'll eventually revert to your frequency level, often losing what you've gained. This explains why lottery winners often end up broke again. Inheritance recipients frequently squander their windfalls. Successful entrepreneurs sometimes lose everything and struggle to rebuild. And people hit invisible income ceilings they can't seem to break through. Their external circumstances change temporarily, but their money frequency remained the same. Eventually, external reality realigned with internal frequency. Your financial situation is like a mirror, perfectly reflecting your inner state regarding money. This is the money mirror principle, and it's one of the most powerful concepts you'll learn in this series. Just as a physical mirror shows you exactly what's in front of it. No more, no less. Your bank account and financial circumstances reflect exactly what's going on in your consciousness regarding wealth. Your current financial situation is providing you with precise feedback about your money frequency. If you're struggling financially, your frequency likely contains assumptions such as money is scarce and hard to come by. I have to work hard for every dollar. Rich people are greedy or lucky. I don't deserve to be wealthy. There's not enough money to go around. If you're comfortable but not wealthy, your frequency might hold assumptions like, I can get by, but wealth is for other people. Money is nice, but it's not everything. I should be grateful for what I have. Getting rich requires sacrificing what's important. If you experience financial feast and famine cycles, your frequency likely fluctuates between periods of feeling abundant and capable, periods of fear and lack consciousness, and conflicting beliefs about money and worthiness. This is not about positive thinking or affirmations. This is about tuning into the deep inner frequency of wealth at such a fundamental level that your external world has no choice but to reflect that frequency back to you. Now you're beginning to see why everything you've been taught about wealth creation is backwards. The conventional approach says, take external action, achieve external results, then feel wealthy. The frequency approach, the approach that actually works, says, tune into wealth frequency, feel wealthy now, and external results follow naturally. This reversal changes everything. Instead of trying to become wealthy, you start from tuning into the frequency where you already are wealthy, and you allow that frequency to express itself in your external world. This doesn't mean external action becomes irrelevant. It means external action becomes inspired, effortless, and effective, because it's backed by the frequency of wealth rather than the frequency of lack. When you tune into wealth frequency first, the right opportunities appear, the right people enter your life, the right ideas come to you, and the right actions become obvious. You're no longer swimming against the current of your own limiting beliefs. You're flowing with the natural abundance of the universe. As we move forward in this series, we'll build upon this foundation. Wealth is frequency expressing itself in form. Your external financial reality is a perfect mirror of your inner money frequency. Changing your money frequency changes your financial reality automatically. You don't need to earn wealth. You need to tune into it. Everything else we'll explore, specific techniques, daily practices, troubleshooting methods, all rest on this fundamental understanding. Without this foundation, manifestation techniques become desperate attempts to manipulate reality from a position of lack. With this foundation, they become natural expressions of your inherent abundance. You are about to embark on a journey that will completely revolutionize your relationship with money. You'll discover that wealth isn't something you need to chase, earn, or achieve. It's something you can simply tune into as your natural frequency. The great money deception ends here. Your money frequency journey begins now. If you're ready to discover exactly where your wealth exists right now and how to access the wealth frequency that's already available to you in this moment, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next episode where we dive deep into the quantum field of infinite abundance. In the comments below, I want you to declare your commitment to this journey. Simply write, "I'm ready to tune into my money frequency." When you declare this publicly, you're taking the first step to shifting your financial reality. Your declaration sends a signal to the universe that you're ready for transformation. Remember, you are not separate from wealth. Wealth is a frequency you can tune into right now. Your wealthy life begins with your next frequency adjustment. I'll see you in the next video. My friends, sit with me tonight as I share with you the most profound secret ever revealed to man. A secret so simple, so immediate, that most will dismiss it as impossible. Yet I tell you now, with absolute certainty, that what I am about to share with you will transform your world, if you dare to believe it. Every morning, my dear friends, you awaken not just to a new day, but to a new opportunity to be God in action. Yes, you heard me correctly. God in action. For you see, the God you worship, the God you seek in temples and churches, is none other than your own wonderful human imagination. As you open your eyes each morning, you stand at the very edge of infinite possibility. It matters not one whit who you were yesterday, or what storms you weathered last week. Each sunrise brings with it a blank canvas. And that canvas, your magnificent imagination, is ready for you to paint upon it the most glorious reality you can conceive. But what do we do instead? We rise and immediately surrender our divine birthright. We check the news, the notifications, the weight of yesterday's troubles, before we even check in with ourselves. In doing so, we hand over the brush, the very power to create our day, to everything and everyone else. But tonight, I ask you, what if tomorrow you didn't? What if instead of being shaped by the world, you shaped your experience of it? What if you remembered that you are the operant power in your world? Listen carefully. The power to create your reality does not belong to fate, to chance, or to other people. It belongs to you. It always has. It always will. This power lives in your thoughts, in the language you use with yourself, in the emotions you choose to nurture. Your thoughts, my friends, are not fleeting whispers in the wind. They are the very architects of your experience. The way you think colors the way you see. The way you see determines how you feel, and how you feel shapes the entirety of your existence. Now I will teach you the great law that governs all manifestation. Assumption. When I say I am in control of my thoughts and feelings, I am not speaking of positive thinking. I am speaking of the fundamental truth of your being. You are not a bystander in your mind. You are its absolute ruler, its conductor, its God. The thoughts you think most often become the beliefs you live by. And those beliefs, they become your very story, your lived reality. If you assume and persist in assuming, I can't, I'm not good enough, nothing ever works out for me, your wonderful imagination will clothe these assumptions in flesh and blood. Your subconscious mind will move heaven and earth to make these assumptions true in your experience. But, and here is the glorious truth, if you begin instead with I am capable, I choose peace, I deserve good things, your imagination will seek these with the same unwavering certainty. Your subconscious does not argue with you. It simply fulfills your assumptions. You don't have to get it perfect, my friends. You need only be intentional. When a negative thought presents itself, do not fight it. Do not wrestle with it. Simply recognize it. Then replace it. Be firm but gentle with your mind, for it is listening to every word you speak to yourself. I am worthy of all the good things that come to me. Write this upon your heart. You don't have to earn your worth through suffering or struggle. You don't have to hustle for approval or prove that you deserve joy. You already do. Your worth is not conditional upon your productivity, your past mistakes, or the fickle opinions of others. It is yours by divine right, simply and profoundly yours, by virtue of your existence as God individualized. Let that truth penetrate every fiber of your being. You are worthy of love, success, peace, rest, and laughter. Not tomorrow when you've fixed yourself, but now exactly as you are in this moment. Now I will reveal to you perhaps the most revolutionary truth you will ever hear. You are the creator of your experiences. Life does not happen to you. Life is perpetually responding to you. Every thought, every belief, every emotion sends forth a signal into the infinite field of possibility. And that signal draws unto you people, opportunities, and events that match your inner frequency. This is not blame, my dear friends. This is the most glorious empowerment. For if you created it, you can recreate it. Look upon your current experience and ask, what is this teaching me? What assumption did this spring from? And what do I choose to assume now? The very moment you begin to consciously create, to assume deliberately rather than by default, your life begins its magnificent transformation. But now you might ask, Neville, how do I know I'm moving in the right direction? How do I navigate this process of conscious creation? And so I give you 6 assumptions now that will set you free. I trust the process of life. This assumption, my friends, when truly embodied, becomes one of the most liberating truths you can ever embrace. So many of us exhaust ourselves trying to control the uncontrollable, gripping tightly to outcomes, overthinking every step of the journey. But life has a rhythm, a flow, a higher wisdom that your conscious mind cannot always comprehend. Sometimes you will not understand why something is happening, but trust that it is guiding you toward your greater good. Sometimes what appears as rejection is redirection. Sometimes what feels like setback is setting the stage for your next breakthrough. Trust is not passive resignation. It is active surrender. It is choosing to believe that life is unfolding for your highest good, even when the path seems unclear. I am constantly growing and evolving. You are not who you were a year ago, or even a week ago. You are in constant becoming. With every lesson, every challenge, every small moment of courage, you evolve into more of who you truly are. You may not always feel as though you're progressing, but growth is not always visible to the naked eye. Sometimes it happens underground, quietly strengthening your roots, so you can bloom more magnificently than ever before. Give yourself grace. You are a work in progress. And that is not a limitation, but a beautiful truth. I am deserving of love and acceptance just as I am. Stop waiting to become perfect before you allow yourself to feel love. There is no version of you more worthy than the one listening to these words right now. You are already enough, complete, whole, perfect in your divine imperfection. You don't need to shrink to be liked. You don't need to mold yourself to fit someone else's idea of lovable. You don't need to fix your flaws before you let love in. The love you seek begins with you. And when you love yourself deeply, unapologetically, that love radiates outward and attracts more of the same. Like calls unto like, this is law. I am at peace with where I am right now. The present moment is your point of power. Not the past, not the future, but this eternal now. If you're always chasing the next thing, regretting the last thing, you'll miss the everything that's happening right in front of you. Peace doesn't mean you don't desire growth. It means you're not at war with where you are. You can still strive, but do it from a place of calm, not chaos. From acceptance, not resistance. Breathe into this moment. This is your life right now, and it is worthy of your full presence. I am aligned with my true purpose. You don't have to go searching for your purpose in some distant land. It's not hidden under a rock or waiting to be discovered in some career path. Your purpose lives within you, in your curiosity, in your passions, in the things that make you feel most alive, in those moments when time disappears, and your soul speaks louder than your fears. Each step you take in alignment with your truth, no matter how small, is a step toward your purpose. You don't need to have it all figured out. You need only follow what lights you up from within. I am grateful for today and all it brought me. Gratitude, my friends, is the bridge between the life you have and the life you desire. It turns what you have into enough. Even in the most challenging days, there is something to be grateful for. A kind word, a breath of fresh air, a lesson learned. The more you look for things to appreciate, the more your life expands to meet your gratitude. Gratitude is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing the beauty that already exists. It's the golden thread that weaves through every experience, transmuting even pain into wisdom. These assumptions I have shared with you tonight are not mere positive thoughts. They are fundamental truths about your divine nature. And the more you speak them, feel them, live them, the more they become your lived reality. Repeat them, write them, meditate upon them. Let them guide you when you feel lost. Let them anchor you when the world feels overwhelming. For you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the author of your story. You don't have to wait for permission to change. You don't need everything to be perfect before you begin. The only thing you need is willingness, a decision to show up, speak truth to yourself, and move forward one aligned assumption at a time. The world you desire is not out of reach. The peace you seek, the love you long for, the success you dream of, it all begins with you, with your assumptions, with your wonderful human imagination. So tonight, speak these words not just with your voice, but with your entire being. I am in control of my thoughts and feelings. I am worthy of all the good things that come to me. I am the creator of my experiences. I trust the process of life. I am constantly growing and evolving. I am deserving of love and acceptance just as I am. I am at peace with where I am right now. I am aligned with my true purpose. I am grateful for today and all it brought me. Say them, feel them, become them. You are not here by accident, my dear friends. You are here to create, to grow, to love, and to shine your unique light upon the world. The universe is ready. The canvas is blank. The brush of imagination is in your hand. Now go forth and create your masterpiece. For you are God in action, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing that you cannot be, do, or have, when you assume it to be true.
You are God. I'm not saying this in a metaphorical or spiritual sense. I'm saying this in a literal and factual sense. You are God, and you have the power to create anything you want in life with the power of your mind. Neville Goddard, a visionary philosopher, dared to unveil the profound power of assumption, revealing how by consistently believing we already possess our desires, we can orchestrate the events of our lives. While Neville Goddard's teachings on the law of assumption are often associated with the law of attraction, he actually saw them as two distinct concepts. He believed that the law of attraction, which states that we attract what we focus on, was an incomplete understanding of the power of our minds. According to Goddard, it's not enough to simply focus on positive thoughts and affirmations. We must also change our deep-seated assumptions about ourselves and our reality. This is where the law of assumption comes in. According to Neville Goddard, the law of assumption is the only law that governs the manifestation of your desires. He said that the law of attraction is secondary and that it only works when it is aligned with the law of assumption. He said that the law of attraction is the effect and the law of assumption is the cause. But how do you assume that you already have your desire when your current reality seems to contradict it? Keep on watching, because I'm about to reveal the secret of how to actually do that. First, I'm going to show you how the law of assumption works. The law of assumption works by using the power of your imagination and your feeling to impress your subconscious mind with your new reality. Your subconscious mind is the creative power that manifests everything in your life according to your dominant beliefs and assumptions. Your subconscious mind does not reason, judge, or question. It simply accepts whatever you impress upon it as true and reflects it back to you in your outer world. Therefore, if you want to change your outer world, you have to change your inner world. And the way to do that is to assume the feeling of your wish being fulfilled. To assume the feeling of your wish being fulfilled, you have to imagine that you already have your desire and feel the emotions that come with it. You have to act as if it is already done, not as if it is going to be done. You have to live in the end, not in the means. Jim Carrey, a famous actor and comedian, did exactly this. When he was struggling to make a name for himself in Hollywood, wrote himself a check for $10 million and dated it Thanksgiving 1995. He carried the check in his wallet and looked at it every day, imagining that he had already received it for his acting services. He acted as if he was already a successful and wealthy actor and lived in the end result of his desire. In 1994, he got his breakthrough role in the movie Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, which was a huge hit and launched his career. In 1995, he was offered $10 million to star in the movie Dumb and Dumber, which was released in December of that year. He achieved his goal of earning $10 million by Thanksgiving 1995, just as he had written on his check. By following examples like this, you create a new state of consciousness, a new vibration, a new reality. And by the law of assumption, your new reality must manifest in your physical world because it is already true in your consciousness. To make this easier for you, here are 3 simple steps that you can follow to apply the law of assumption and manifest your desire fast. The first step is to choose your desire. What do you want to manifest? Carefully select your deepest desire. What is it that you yearn to bring into manifestation? The possibilities are boundless, whether it's a salary increase, an upgraded living space, finding at last your true love, overcoming health challenges, unlocking new levels of success and happiness, or just anything else that you desire, it can become yours. The only limit is your imagination. But make sure that your desire is something that you really want, not something you think you should want, or something that others want for you. Your desire should be something that makes you feel excited, passionate, and joyful. Once you have chosen your desire, write it down in a clear and positive way. For example, if you want to manifest more money, you can write something like, "I am wealthy and abundant. I have more than enough money to live the life of my dreams." Or if you want to manifest a loving relationship, you can write something like, "I am in a happy and harmonious relationship with my soulmate. We love and respect each other deeply." The second step is to assume the feeling of your wish being fulfilled. This is the most important and powerful step because it's the one that activates the law of assumption and impresses your subconscious mind with your new reality. To assume the feeling of your wish being fulfilled, you have to imagine that you already have your desire and feel the emotions that come with it. There are many ways to do this, but one of the most effective ones is to use a technique called the "I remember when" method. This technique was also taught by Neville Goddard, and it consists of remembering a time when you didn't have your desire and contrasting it with the present moment when you do have it. For example, if you want to manifest more money, you can say to yourself, "I remember when I was struggling to pay my bills, and now I have more than enough money to live the life of my dreams." Or, if you want to manifest a loving relationship, you can say to yourself, "I remember when I was lonely and single, and now I'm in a happy and harmonious relationship with my soulmate." The key is to say these statements with conviction and feeling as if they were true right now. Don't say them as a wish or a hope, but as a fact. Feel the gratitude, the joy, the relief, the confidence, the love that comes with having your desire. Feel it in your body, in your heart, in your soul. Feel it as if it were real, because it is real. You are creating it with your imagination and your feelings. The third and final step is to persist in your assumption. This means you have to maintain the feeling of your wish being fulfilled and act as if you already have your desire until it manifests in your physical reality. Don't let doubt, fear, or negative thoughts interfere with your assumption. Don't look for signs, evidence, or validation from the outside. Don't worry about how, when, or where your desire will manifest. Just trust that it will, because it has to. The law of assumption is a law, not a theory. It works for everyone all the time, without exception. Whatever you assume to be true with conviction and feeling will become true and your reality. It's as simple as that. But you have to be consistent and persistent in your assumption. You have to live from the end and not from the middle. You have to act as if you already have your desire and not as if you're waiting for it. This may seem challenging at first, especially if your current reality seems to contradict your desire. But remember, your current reality is only a reflection of your past assumptions. It has nothing to do with your present or future assumptions. You can change your reality by changing your assumptions, and you can do it right now by following the 3 simple steps we just talked about. To make this even more effective and powerful, keep the following in mind. Ignore your current reality. Don't let the external circumstances or evidence contradict your assumption. Remember that your imagination is the only true reality and that your current situation is only a reflection of your past thoughts. Focus on your desired state and act as if it is already yours. Say yes to everything. Don't argue with or resist anything that happens in your life. Instead, accept everything as a part of your manifestation process. Say yes to whatever comes your way and trust that it is leading you to your desired outcome. Always return to your assumption. Whenever you feel doubtful or fearful, remind yourself of your assumption and the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Repeat your affirmations, visualize your desired scene, or listen to subliminal messages that support your assumption. Don't let negative emotions take over your mind. Proclaim affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself to reinforce your belief and confidence. You can use affirmations to overcome your doubts and fears and to affirm your desired state. For example, you can say, "I am confident and fearless. I am worthy and deserving of my desire," or "I am living my wish fulfilled." Embrace your fears and doubts. Sometimes the best way to overcome your fears and doubts is to face them head-on. Instead of avoiding or suppressing them, acknowledge them and let them go. You can do this by writing them down, talking to someone, or doing a meditation or a clearing process. By releasing your fears and doubts, you can make room for more positive and empowering thoughts. If you follow these guidelines, you will realize your dreams, choose your desire, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, and persist in your assumption. Watch as your life transforms before your eyes. You are the creator of your reality, and you can create anything you want with the power of your mind. Thank you for listening. And don't forget to like and subscribe to get notified about more content like this.
To truly grasp the power of
Money is energy in motion, an extension of the universe's very creative essence. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly while others constantly struggle? The secret lies in something beyond physical effort: vibrational frequency. When you understand that money is a projection of your mental and vibrational state, a world of possibilities opens up. Imagine being able to align yourself with this abundance energy and completely transform your financial reality. In this video, we'll explore how changing your relationship with money can unlock unexpected levels of prosperity, ready to discover the hidden power that attracts money. Our perception of scarcity is programmed. Money, like all matter, is vibrational energy, manipulable by those who understand the universal laws. However, these laws have been deliberately hidden by forces interested in keeping the masses trapped in cycles of lack. Our relationship with money is a mental prison, maintained by limiting beliefs and the vibrational manipulation of our consciousness. Money is not just a tool for exchange. It is a vibrational force that obeys universal laws most people are unaware of. The world around us is shaped by an invisible energy web, and money plays a central role in this system. Scarcity is not a natural condition, but an illusion, carefully imposed by systems that want to control how we perceive and experience abundance. The true key to attracting wealth lies in understanding that money is pure energy, and this energy responds directly to our vibrational frequency. When we think of money as something distant or unattainable, we create an energetic barrier that reinforces scarcity. This barrier is built by beliefs implanted early on, making us believe that money is hard to achieve or reserved for a privileged few. To break this cycle, you need to become the money itself. It's not about possessing it physically, but aligning your mind and emotions with the frequency of abundance. This requires abandoning thought patterns that keep you stuck in scarcity and starting to act and feel like someone who already lives in a state of financial abundance. The most powerful conspiracy against your prosperity is the idea of separation, the belief that you and money are distinct entities. This illusion is reinforced by systems that profit from your lack. But the truth is that you already have everything you need to attract wealth. The creative energy that moves the universe is within you, waiting to be awakened and directed. When you change your frequency, the universe has no choice but to reorganize itself to reflect your new reality. Transforming your relationship with money requires a profound reprogramming of the mind and personal vibration. The technique is based on reshaping reality through consciousness, dismantling imposed beliefs, and aligning with the energetic frequency of abundance. Here's how to do it. Recognize money as energy. Imagine money as a constantly flowing river. When you think of it as something limited or distant, it's like placing a barrier in that river, preventing it from reaching you. For example, instead of saying, "I never have enough money," replace it with, "Money is continuously flowing to me." Practice this change in small daily situations. When you make a payment, instead of thinking about the money leaving, visualize the energy cycle returning multiplied. Money responds to how you interact with it. Identify and destroy limiting beliefs. Take a notebook and write down all the phrases you've heard about money, especially the negative ones. Examples: money doesn't bring happiness. Rich people are greedy. Now for each phrase, write a new perspective. For instance, money doesn't bring happiness can transform into money, amplifies my happiness by providing freedom and security. Then read these new affirmations out loud every day. Additionally, think of real examples, billionaire philanthropists who use their wealth to impact the world. These stories help dismantle the negative view. Align your emotions with abundance. This technique is practical. Every day upon waking, dedicate 5 minutes to close your eyes and feel what your life would be like with abundant money. Imagine getting into your dream car, hearing the sound of the door closing and the engine starting. Visualize accessing your bank account and seeing high balances. The trick here is not just to visualize, but to feel gratitude and certainty that it's already real. The more vivid the emotion, the more powerful the attraction. Practice and deepen your visualization by using tools like a vision board. Gather images of things you want to attract. A house, vacations, a full bank account, and place them somewhere visible. Combine this with empowering phrases like "I naturally attract prosperity." Another tip is to create mental routines. For example, before bed, visualize a perfect day as someone who is financially free. The more you repeat it, the more it becomes ingrained in your subconscious. Replace fear with confidence. Whenever you feel fear related to money, ask yourself, what's the worst case scenario? Often fear stems from unrealistic projections. Now reinforce it with action. Instead of worrying about bills, focus on how you can create value. For example, in a financial crunch, think about how your skills or talents can generate income. A person confident in the flow of money always finds opportunities, while fear paralyzes. Act as if you already have what you desire. This point is crucial. People with an abundance mindset invest in themselves. For instance, even if you're starting with little, invest part of what you earn in knowledge or tools that can increase your income. If you have a business, invest in marketing or improving your products. The more money you attract, the more committed you become to growing your business or personal life. Make lists of how to use the money you want to attract as if you already have it. The key is to think like someone prosperous. Wealthy people don't spend impulsively, but allocate their resources strategically. Let go of obsessive need. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care about money, but that you trust its flow. For example, if you feel anxious about spending, turn that moment into a gratitude ritual. I'm grateful to be able to pay for this, and open space for more abundance. Additionally, avoid scarcity thoughts, like saving money out of fear. Instead, see money as a living resource that should circulate and return to you. Elevate your vibration. Money is attracted to high vibration. Ensure your daily routine includes moments to elevate your energy. This can be done through meditation, inspiring music, or even exercises that release dopamine. Now that you understand that money is energy shaped by your internal state, it's time to act. What separates those who live in abundance from those who are stuck in scarcity isn't talent or luck, but the willingness to take the first step to transform your vibration. Imagine what your life would be like if you truly believed you could attract everything you desire. Think of all the possibilities available to you now, just waiting for you to decide to change your mindset. No matter where you are today, what matters is to start. Start small, but start consistently. Align your thoughts, visualize your ideal life, and above all, take actions that reflect this new reality. Remember, no one else will do this for you. The universe responds to the energy of those who are willing to commit to themselves. Practicing these techniques may seem challenging at first, but that's how great changes begin. Transformation requires courage, and that courage is within you. By changing your vibration and actions, you begin to attract opportunities and paths that once seemed impossible. Don't underestimate the power of small daily steps. They are the bridge to the abundance you desire and deserve. Now that you know abundance begins within you, it's time to act. Don't wait for things to change on their own. Start today, applying the techniques you have learned here. Spend a few minutes each day aligning your vibration, visualizing your ideal life, and making decisions that reflect the abundance you want to attract. Abundance starts in the mind, grows in the heart, and manifests in reality. Everything you need to transform your relationship with money is already within you. It's not just about attracting wealth, but becoming the type of person who naturally lives in harmony with the energy of money. By changing your vibration and acting like someone who already lives in abundance, you connect with the natural flow of prosperity. Remember that money is merely a reflection of your internal state. It will come to those who respect it, understand its energy, and are willing to take action. Now look at the world with new eyes. Everything you desire is already available, waiting for you to reach out and grab it. Trust yourself, invest in your potential, and stay focused on your transformation. This is the moment to act. Abundance is just a step away from becoming your reality. If you need more content, insights, or techniques, you know where to find them. This is the beginning of your journey to a life of prosperity. Believe it and make it happen. If this content made sense to you, don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Help others see that they too have the power to transform their financial reality. And remember, this is just the beginning. Subscribe to the channel to continue receiving content like this, which will help you grow, evolve, and achieve the life you deserve.
You've been fed a story your whole life, a carefully woven narrative designed to make you feel small, separate, and reliant. The institutions, the systems, the so-called authorities have convinced you that God exists outside of you, remote, untouchable, beyond your grasp. You've been taught to look outward, to direct your prayers to a distant force, as if the divine lives somewhere far beyond your reach. But what if that story was a lie? What if the truth is far more powerful, far more liberating? The real God is not in the clouds or locked behind religious gates. The divine resides within you, woven into your thoughts, emotions, and very existence. They've hidden this knowledge for centuries, not because it's untrue, but because the truth would dismantle the systems that thrive on your ignorance. Understanding this isn't just about feeling empowered. It's about reclaiming the force within you that can shape worlds. If you're ready to let go of the illusion, keep listening. The truth isn't just something you hear. It's something you embody. For generations, humanity has been caught in a relentless cycle of seeking. People chase answers, salvation, and purpose, hoping to find them somewhere out there. This constant search is built on the assumption that what they long for is separate, elusive, and locked behind some divine gatekeeper's approval. But what if the very act of seeking is what keeps you from finding? The top 1% understand a fundamental truth. There is nothing to seek because nothing is missing. They've realized that all power, all wisdom, and all creation reside within. This isn't a comforting platitude. It's a profound reality that reframes how you experience life. To stop seeking is not to stop desiring. Desire is the spark of creation, but the difference lies in where you direct your attention. Instead of looking outward, turn inward. When you shift from searching for an external source to embodying your internal divinity, you unlock a connection to the infinite. This shift changes how you approach everything, from how you solve problems to how you set goals. It transforms desperation into trust and scarcity into abundance. This realization sets the stage for mastering the alignment needed to manifest the life you desire, bridging the gap between belief and reality. Realizing that God is within you is just the start. The real power lies in alignment, when your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs harmonize toward a shared purpose. Picture your mind as a conductor leading an orchestra. When every instrument plays in tune, the result is harmonious. But when even one part is out of sync, the entire performance falters. Similarly, when your thoughts desire one thing but your emotions pull in another direction, the energy you send out becomes scattered and creation stalls. Alignment doesn't happen by accident. It's a conscious choice. It begins with recognizing the patterns of thought and emotion that dominate your life. Many people react to circumstances instead of shaping them. In contrast, those who master alignment cultivate inner clarity and intention, treating every thought as a seed and every emotion as the nourishment that helps it grow. To align effectively, you must confront and resolve inner conflicts. Contradictory beliefs, like desiring success but fearing failure, create resistance that blocks the flow of creative energy. The top 1% excel because they identify and replace these limiting beliefs with empowering ones, ensuring their subconscious supports their goals. Achieving this requires reflection, patience, and consistent effort. Life inevitably brings challenges, But alignment is adaptable. Those who embrace it see setbacks as opportunities to refine their intentions and grow. Committing to this process places you in a flow state where effort feels natural and results unfold effortlessly. True alignment isn't about force, but about trust and coherence, unlocking the infinite creative power within. Detachment is one of the most misunderstood yet vital aspects of manifesting desires. Many assume that focusing intensely on what they want, obsessing over it, and clinging to its outcome will bring it faster. Yet this approach often creates the opposite effect. Desperation, fear of failure, and an over-attachment to specific results disrupt the flow of energy necessary for manifestation. Detachment is not about giving up on what you want. It's about letting go of the need for it, trusting the process, and allowing the universe to deliver in its own time and way. When you detach, you align with abundance rather than scarcity, creating space for your desires to manifest effortlessly. Consider how energy flows in nature. Rivers don't struggle to reach the ocean, they follow the path of least resistance. Similarly, the top 1% understand that life unfolds best when approached with ease and trust. They set clear intentions and act decisively, but they do not grasp tightly to outcomes. Instead, they release their desires with confidence, knowing that the universe is always working behind the scenes to rearrange reality in their favor. This trust in the process signals faith, not lack, to the energy field that governs creation. When you stop trying to control every detail and step back, you make room for synchronicities and solutions you could never have imagined. True detachment also involves embracing uncertainty. While the mind craves control and predictability, the act of releasing outcomes allows the divine to work through limitless possibilities. The key is to remain focused on the feeling of already having your desire, rather than worrying about how or when it will arrive. This shift in perspective transforms the energy you emit, attracting what you want more quickly and with less resistance. Detachment is not passive. It is an active state of trust and surrender. It requires a quiet confidence in your power to create, balanced by an openness to receive what is meant for you in perfect timing. Understanding that God is within you is a profound realization, but embodying this truth takes it to an entirely different level. To embody the divine is to live each moment as a creator, fully aware of the power flowing through your thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's about moving beyond intellectual understanding and stepping into a state where your life reflects the truth of your connection to the infinite. Embodying the divine requires you to align your inner world with the external reality you want to create. Every action, no matter how small, becomes a sacred act when done with the awareness of your divine nature. Whether you're making decisions in your career, nurturing relationships, or pursuing personal growth, approaching these moments with intention and presence bridges the gap between potential and reality. The top 1% understand this deeply. Their success isn't just in what they achieve, but in how they show up to every opportunity with the energy of creation rather than limitation. This process also involves becoming a living expression of the values and qualities you associate with the divine. If you see the divine as abundant, act with generosity and gratitude. If you view it as powerful, step boldly into challenges with confidence. The way you carry yourself, the choices you make, and the energy you project into the world should all reflect your belief that you are the embodiment of this force. By doing so, you not only transform your own life, but also inspire and influence the lives of those around you. Belief is the fuel that powers your divine nature. Without it, even the clearest intentions falter, yet belief doesn't emerge overnight. It's cultivated through consistent practice. The top 1% understand this well. They don't rely on bursts of inspiration. They commit to daily habits that reinforce their alignment with the divine within. Start small. It could be as simple as taking 5 minutes each morning to visualize your desires as if they're already real, or ending your day by expressing gratitude for the abundance already present in your life. Consistency is what turns belief into knowing, and knowing into reality. Each time you act in alignment with your beliefs, you strengthen the connection to your divine power, creating momentum that builds over time. The ultimate secret the top 1% understand is this: you are not separate from God. You are God in action, a unique expression of the infinite creative force of the universe. Once you embody this truth, you stop seeking and start being. The obstacles you once feared become stepping stones. Doubt is replaced with trust, and scarcity is overshadowed by abundance. Living as the divine in action means taking responsibility for your reality. It's no longer about waiting for signs or permission. It's about stepping boldly into the knowing that your thoughts, emotions, and actions are shaping the world around you every moment. Mastery of this truth requires patience and practice, but every step you take brings you closer to the full realization of your power. When you align with your divine nature, detach from desperation, and listen to your soul's voice, you unlock the ability to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. So, the question is, are you ready to embrace the truth that's been within you all along? If this content made sense to you, don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Help others see that they too have the power to transform their life. And remember, this is just the beginning. Subscribe to the channel to continue receiving content like this, which will help you grow, evolve, and achieve the life you deserve. Leave your comment below, telling me how you plan to put this into practice, and let's build a community focused on prosperity and transformation together.
You're here right now for a reason, not by chance, not by coincidence, but because something deep within you is ready to transform. Look around at your life. What do you see? Struggle, limitation, scarcity? Let me tell you something powerful. These conditions aren't your reality. They're simply the echo of your past thinking. Today marks the end of that old story and the beginning of your extraordinary new chapter. Most people spend their entire lives waiting for permission to be abundant. They think wealth comes from outside themselves, from the economy, their job, their connections, or pure luck. They are so wrong. The truth that's about to revolutionize your life is this: the wealth you seek isn't something you need to chase. It's already yours, coded into the fabric of your being, waiting for you to claim it. Your mind is the most powerful creative force in the universe. Every thought you think is like planting a seed in the fertile soil of infinite possibility. What seeds have you been planting? For most people, it's seeds of worry, doubt, and what-ifs. They wake up thinking about bills, stress about finances during the day, and fall asleep anxious about tomorrow. And then they wonder why abundance feels so elusive. From this moment forward, you're going to plant different seeds. Seeds of certainty, seeds of abundance, seeds of unstoppable success. When you reshape your inner world, your outer world has no choice but to follow. This isn't wishful thinking. It's the fundamental law that governs all creation. Everything you see around you, every building, every invention, every fortune, began as a single thought in someone's mind before it materialized in physical form. Your financial empire is no different. It already exists in perfect form within the realm of infinite possibility. Your job isn't to make it happen. It's to align yourself with it and allow it to flow into your experience. Society has programmed you with limiting beliefs about money. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard for every dollar. Rich people are just lucky. You need money to make money. These mental chains have kept you trapped in financial mediocrity. Today we shatter them. Money is nothing more than frozen energy, and energy by its very nature is abundant. It's everywhere. It's infinite. There's no shortage of electricity in the universe, and there's no shortage of money either. The only shortage exists in your thinking. From this moment forward, adopt this powerful truth. Money flows to me easily, abundantly, and from multiple directions. Feel the truth of those words. Let them sink into your consciousness. Money isn't your enemy. It's not scarce. It's not elusive. It's your natural state, just as health is your body's natural state. Here's what separates the wealthy from everyone else. They don't just want money, they expect it. They feel worthy of it. They're comfortable with it. Starting right now, you're going to think, feel, and act as if your financial abundance is already secured. When you walk with the confidence of someone who knows their financial future is brilliant. When you speak, use the language of prosperity. I can afford that. I'm a money magnet. Financial opportunities find me wherever I go. When you make decisions, make them from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. Ask yourself, what would a wealthy person do in this situation? Your brain cannot tell the difference between what's vividly imagined and what's real. When you consistently embody the feeling of already being wealthy, your subconscious mind accepts this as your reality and works tirelessly to bring it into physical form. Close your eyes right now and follow these steps. See yourself waking up in your dream home. Feel the luxurious sheets against your skin. Hear the sounds of peace and prosperity around you. Visualize opening your banking app and seeing millions in your accounts. Feel the deep sense of security and freedom this brings. Imagine making financial decisions without stress or worry, whether it's for yourself, your family, your business, or causes you care about. Feel the incredible sense of contribution as you use your wealth to make a difference in the world. This isn't daydreaming, this is advanced manifestation. You're literally programming your subconscious to recognize and attract these experiences. Do this visualization for just 5 minutes every morning and evening, and watch how rapidly your external reality begins to shift. Most people think success works like this: work hard, get results, feel good. But the universe operates in reverse. Feel good, attract results, work becomes inspired action. Your emotional state is like a powerful broadcast signal to the universe. When you feel prosperous, confident, and abundant, you literally become a human magnet for wealth. Here's how to accelerate this process. Number 1, gratitude amplification. Every morning and evening, give thanks for the abundance that's already in your life and for the millions that are on their way. Gratitude instantly raises your energetic frequency. Number 2, success immersion. Surround yourself with images, stories, and examples of wealth and success. Your environment shapes your expectations. Number 3, prosperity language pattern. Eliminate phrases like "I can't afford it" or "that's too expensive." Replace them with "how can I afford this?" or "I'm choosing to invest elsewhere right now." Number 4, wealth anchoring. Throughout your day, touch your thumb and forefinger together while feeling deep financial abundance. After doing this repeatedly, just this simple touch will instantly return you to that powerful state. But what about my current financial situation? I hear you asking. Your current circumstances are just the manifestation of your past thinking. They have absolutely zero power to determine your financial future unless you give them that power. When obstacles arise, and they will remember this powerful truth, obstacles are not stopping signs, they're directing signs. Every challenge you face is actually guiding you toward your wealth. It's either testing your commitment, "Are you serious about this?" teaching you a necessary skill, redirecting you to a better path, or strengthening you for the journey ahead. The universe doesn't send problems, it sends growth opportunities. When you embrace this mindset, nothing can stop you. Financial setbacks become setups for even greater comebacks. Most people approach wealth creation with a try and see attitude. They think, "I'll try this approach and see if it works." This half-hearted commitment guarantees mediocre results. From this moment forward, your financial success is not a possibility. It's an inevitability. There is no if, only when. This certainty creates a powerful, energetic alignment that accelerates your manifestation timeline dramatically. When you know something is yours, you stop wavering, stop doubting, and stop undermining your own progress. The path to your millions may not be a straight line. It may twist and turn in ways you cannot currently imagine. But that's not your concern. Your job is simply to hold the vision of your wealth with unshakable certainty, follow the inspired actions that arise from that vision, and trust the process completely. The universe will handle the detail. It will orchestrate circumstances, opportunities, and connections in ways far more ingenious than your conscious mind could ever plan. Your wealth isn't coming someday. It's not in some distant future. It's here now, the moment you fully commit to claiming it. Make this declaration with me. I now step fully into my financial power. The millions I desire are already mine in consciousness, and therefore must manifest in my experience. I release all doubt, all fear, and all attachment to how it will happen. I trust the infinite intelligence of the universe to bring my wealth to me in perfect timing and in ways that serve the highest good of all. I am ready. I am worthy. I am abundant. And so it is. Feel the power of those words. This isn't just a statement, it's a binding contract with the universe. The moment you truly commit to this declaration, unseen forces begin moving heaven and earth to bring your financial empire into reality. There are two paths before you. Path 1. Continue with your old patterns of thinking about money and inevitably receive the same financial results you've always gotten. Path 2. Embrace these principles fully, embody them daily, and watch as your financial reality transforms beyond recognition. The choice is yours. But if you're still listening to these words, I know which path you're choosing. You're ready to step into the extraordinary financial abundance that has been waiting for you all along. Your millions aren't just possible, they're inevitable. Welcome to your new reality. Welcome to your extraordinary life of abundance. It begins now. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you've resonated with these ideas, remember that this awareness alone is the first step toward transformation. Starting today, I invite you to become more conscious of where you direct your precious attention. Notice when you're giving energy to things you don't want, and practice gently redirecting your focus toward what you wish to cultivate. The universe is always listening, always responding. Your reality is being shaped in every moment by the quality of your attention. If this message has served you, please consider subscribing and sharing with someone who might benefit. I'm deeply grateful for your presence here, and I look forward to continuing this journey together. Until next time, remember, your attention is your superpower. Use it wisely and watch your world transform.
When you desire something intensely, you often emit a vibration of lack rather than abundance. This is because wanting inherently acknowledges that you do not currently have the object of your desire. The universe, responding to the energy you project, mirrors that lack back to you, perpetuating the cycle of not having. To break free, you must shift from a state of wanting to a state of having, even before the manifestation appears in your reality. When you dwell in a state of wanting, you inadvertently place your focus on what is missing. This focus generates feelings of dissatisfaction, impatience, or even frustration. These emotions create resistance, blocking the very outcomes you wish to experience. The key to manifesting is not to dwell on the absence, but to embody the feeling of already having what you desire. By aligning yourself with the frequency of fulfillment, you invite the manifestation to unfold effortlessly. To wish for something and then let go is an act of profound trust. It signifies your belief that the universe is already orchestrating the perfect circumstances for your desire to materialize. Letting go does not mean abandoning your dream. Rather, it means releasing the need to control or obsess over the outcome. This surrender demonstrates faith in the unseen forces at work, clearing the way for your desire to come to fruition. The art of letting go requires a deliberate shift in focus. Instead of fixating on how or when your desire will manifest, direct your attention to cultivating a state of gratitude and joy in the present moment. Gratitude amplifies your vibration, creating a fertile ground for your manifestations to take root. By appreciating what you already have, you align yourself with the energy of abundance, which attracts more of the same into your life. To move away from wanting, you must understand the power of imagination. Imagination is the gateway to manifestation, allowing you to experience your desires in the present moment. When you visualize your desire as already achieved, you step into the state of the wish fulfilled. This state is free from lack, as it is rooted in the conviction that your desire is already yours. Through persistent and vivid visualization, you train your subconscious mind to accept this new reality. Living in the end is a practice that shifts your inner state. It requires you to think, feel, and act as though your desire has already been realized. By doing so, you bridge the gap between your current reality and the reality you wish to create. This mental shift dissolves the energy of wanting, replacing it with the calm assurance of having. As a result, the physical manifestation becomes inevitable. Belief is the cornerstone of manifestation. To manifest successfully, you must believe in the certainty of your desire's fulfillment. Doubt and disbelief create barriers, while unwavering faith propels your manifestations forward. Strengthen your belief by reminding yourself of past successes and the limitless potential of the universe. With faith as your foundation, you can release the need to want, knowing that your desire is already on its way. Detachment is the antidote to wanting. It is the practice of releasing your emotional grip on the outcome. When you are detached, you no longer cling to your desire with desperation or fear. Instead, you hold it lightly, trusting that it will manifest in divine timing. Detachment frees you from the pressure of wanting, allowing your manifestations to unfold naturally and effortlessly. A powerful way to cultivate detachment is through mindfulness. Mindfulness anchors you in the present moment where lack cannot exist. By immersing yourself in the here and now, you shift your focus away from what is missing and towards the richness of your current experience. This presence creates a space of openness and receptivity, inviting your desires to flow into your life with ease. Affirmations are a practical tool to reprogram your mind and align with the energy of having. By repeating affirmations that embody your desired state, you overwrite limiting beliefs and dissolve feelings of lack. For example, instead of saying, "I want love," affirm, "I am loved and cherished." This subtle shift reinforces the vibration of fulfillment, erasing the need for wanting. The energy you emit is a reflection of your inner state. To attract what you desire, you must first embody the qualities and feelings associated with it. If you seek love, become love. If you seek abundance, embody abundance. By radiating the energy of having, you magnetize experiences that match your vibration, eliminating the cycle of lack created by wanting. Faith in the unseen is a powerful aspect of letting go. Trust that the universe knows the best way to bring your desire to fruition. The path may not always align with your expectations, but it will always lead to the highest good. This trust allows you to release the need to want, replacing it with a quiet confidence in the perfection of the process. Self-concept plays a pivotal role in manifestation. The way you perceive yourself determines what you attract. If you see yourself as someone who lacks, you will continue to experience lack. Conversely, when you shift your self-concept to align with your desires, you become a magnet for their realization. Cultivate a self-image that reflects abundance, love, and success, and watch as your reality transforms. Gratitude is a bridge from wanting to having. When you express gratitude for your desire as though it has already been fulfilled, you create a powerful alignment with the energy of receiving. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, dissolving the resistance that wanting creates. Make gratitude a daily practice and witness the profound impact it has on your manifestations. The principle of assumption is a cornerstone of manifestation. To assume the feeling of your desire fulfilled is to claim it as your reality. This assumption bypasses the need to want, as it places you directly in the state of having. Persist in this assumption until it hardens into fact and your desired outcome will materialize in your life. The law of correspondence teaches that your outer world reflects your inner state. If you wish to change your external circumstances, you must first shift your internal vibration. Release the energy of wanting by embodying the qualities of having. As you do so, your reality will begin to mirror the fulfillment you feel within. Emotions are a powerful driver of manifestation. The emotions you cultivate act as signals to the universe, shaping your experiences. Replace the frustration of wanting with the joy of having, even if only in your imagination. This emotional shift accelerates the manifestation process, aligning you with the outcomes you desire. Patience is a virtue in the process of letting go. Trust that your manifestations will arrive in divine timing and resist the urge to rush the process. Impatience stems from a place of lack, while patience signals your faith in the unseen. Meditation is a powerful practice for releasing the energy of wanting. Through meditation, you quiet the mind and connect with your inner self. This stillness creates a space of detachment where you can let go of the need to control or grasp at your desires. In this state, you align with the flow of the universe, inviting your manifestations to unfold effortlessly. Visualization is a creative tool that bridges the gap between wanting and having. By vividly imagining your desire as already achieved, you step into the feeling of fulfillment. This practice trains your subconscious mind to accept your desired reality, dissolving the energy of lack. Consistent visualization anchors you in the state of having, accelerating the manifestation process. Trust that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring your desires to life. This trust allows you to release the need for wanting, replacing it with a serene confidence in the outcome. When you trust fully, you open yourself to receive the blessings that are already on their way. The energy of receiving is receptive and open. To manifest, you must shift from wanting to receiving. This shift involves releasing resistance and allowing the universe to deliver your desires in the best possible way. Cultivate an attitude of openness and gratitude and watch as your manifestations flow to you with ease. Your words shape your reality. Pay attention to the language you use when speaking about your desires. Replace phrases like I want with I have or I am. This linguistic shift aligns your vibration with the state of having, dissolving the energy of lack. Speak as though your desire is already yours, and it will become so. Awareness is the first step in breaking free from the cycle of wanting. Notice when you are caught in the energy of lack and consciously redirect your focus. Choose thoughts and feelings that align with the state of having and persist in this new vibration. With practice, you will reprogram your mind to naturally gravitate towards abundance.